Floyd. Like, when you make yourself like we got issues on your anger, he's still the best fighter out there. Until somebody beat him, that's who he is.
Do you think he should step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money gone.
So the money's really gone?
Yeah, that's what you think. It's fight, get the money, spend the money, fight.
All that money?
It's been 2 years. So
is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like with the lifestyle, that money's gone, trust me. Now it's like, if you call him, he'll be at your local hosting in a nightclub because you need that action right now.
Wow.
Are Floyd's comments potentially in breach of contract? He could blow the whole fight up and never fight and also have taken a cash advance on the fight he may not ever have. He's broke! I'm sorry. It's just the truth. Floyd is so badly hurting for money that this is the stuff he's doing. Knowingly signing contracts for a pro fight just to go and publicly undermine it while taking a cash advance. Essentially going, cool, I need that money now.
Floyd Mayweather is in serious money trouble. The IRS has officially filed a tax lien against him, claiming he owes around $7.3 million in unpaid taxes. With a debt linked to the years 2018 and 2023, the IRS has filed a lien against him for unpaid taxes totaling approximately $7.3 million from 2018 and 2023.
Is being targeted by the IRS over unpaid taxes, with some of his properties and assets being held on lien until the full balance is paid off. And if not, said assets will be fully taken away. This report comes from Business Insider, but is also now being reported by Ring Magazine, in which they revealed that the IRS has filed a lien versus Mayweather in Las Vegas, currently putting a hold on Mayweather's Vegas property due to unpaid taxes stemming from 2018 and 2023 that have now ballooned to $7.3 million.
This isn't just a rumor or an exaggerated story. This is a real federal matter. The government has already stepped in, placing legal holds on properties tied to Mayweather in Las Vegas. And if he doesn't pay up, those properties could be taken away entirely.
Talking this trash because he wants to rematch. You think he actually wants
Absolutely.
You think he wants a rematch?
Look, another reason why he's crawled out of his rock, he needs money.
You think he needs money?
Absolutely.
He's always flossy.
It's absolutely, he needs money.
You think he's going
Once
broke?
Again, come on. Fighters like that always go broke.
He's always spending, so I guess.
Absolutely. Look, he's not fighting anymore, so that big money's not coming in. Look at what happened to Mike Tyson. He made what, $500 million?
Right.
You think you can't spend $500 million overnight? Absolutely.
What makes this even more concerning is when it's all happening. These tax issues are surfacing at a time when people are already raising serious questions about his business dealings, and right in the middle of the buzz surrounding his highly anticipated rematch with Manny Pacquiao.
Mayweather's broke. I said, no. He's like, no, really. Mayweather's broke. Now, I don't know if it's true.
Right.
This is what this guy told me. I'm like, how could he be broke? He's like, yo, he spends like crazy.
Yeah.
Spends like
I
crazy.
mean, it only could go but so long. I mean, and you're not fighting.
Yeah.
Because I don't see Mayweather even doing any goofy like that.
But you would think that your investments would continue to grow.
Right.
As long as you keep your spend.
Floyd has been calling the rematch an exhibition fight, but the paperwork tells a different story. The signed agreements reportedly point to a professional bout. If those terms aren't followed through, he could be looking at serious legal trouble. On top of that, there are claims that he may have used that very same fight contract to take out a loan, which raises even bigger questions about what's truly going on with his finances behind closed doors.
Is that what he's feeling? But he signed a real fight.
So it's for sure?
Yes, the contract that we signed is a real fight.
Real fight, okay. Yeah, because I know he said...
I want to fight an exhibition.
No exhibition. It's either real fight or nothing.
Yeah, it's a real fight. Yeah.
Is Fear still in Las Vegas?
That's the contract that he signed. I mean,
yeah. Okay, so it's still happening then.
He has to remember that.
But it's still on? It's still happening?
Oh yeah, we did sign the contract already, so there's no reason why.
Why wouldn't?
Yeah.
Adding to the chaos, a number of Mayweather's branded gym locations have reportedly closed down due to disputes over unpaid wages and rent. In one striking case, Pacquiao is said to have stepped in, taken over one of those very locations, and relaunched it under a completely new name. Former employees have allegedly taken to protesting over missed paychecks, piling even more pressure onto an already messy and complicated situation.
Mayweather says that he suffered enormous financial harm and is missing at least $340 million from a reported $1.2 billion that he actually earned in his professional fight career.
Oh my goodness. 340? Who I got to swing on?
I mean,
for that?
Ocho, that's in addition. So he's reporting that they boosted, however they did it, 340, but he earned 1.2. So that's 1.5.
Damn.
It's no longer just one problem. Multiple parties are now in the picture. From tax authorities to business partners and investors, everyone seems to be looking for answers. For a man who spent years crafting an image built entirely around wealth, power, and financial control, what's unfolding right now puts that carefully built reputation under very serious doubt.
Boxed everybody. I boxed everybody. And it's so crazy. Like, I had a lot of great days. I had a lot of bad days in the gym. But I tell them I never have bad paydays.
Dimitri Salita told me a story that one time a big heavyweight, a known heavyweight, challenged you. You told Leonard to go get your bag and you dropped him with the body shot.
In a boxing gym, it don't count. You can have good days, you can have bad days. A lot of times guys do good in the gym. They be happy. They feel like if you done good with Floyd Mayweather in the gym, oh, I want a world title. Well, you got to really look at this now. Slow down. You go home to an apartment. I go home to a palace. There's a difference.
Now, Floyd,
when you say your name, when they say these fighters' name, they say thousands and millions. When you say
the fact that Floyd and his legal team have stayed completely silent only makes things more uncertain. There are too many issues in play, and none of them look easy to fix. Whether this gets resolved quietly behind the scenes or blows up into a much bigger legal battle, there's no denying it. This is one of the biggest challenges Floyd Mayweather has ever faced outside of the ring.
Money to the IRS. How much does he owe?
It's in the $20+ million range.
It's a lot of money, man.
But it's not something that he's been, it's not like deception.
No.
It's just neglect to pay.
Neglect. And it's also like, I think, and there is like a truth to this. He makes so much money. There's probably a point when they're like, hey, it's time to pay your taxes. And you go like, all right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money. And then they go, that's true, but you owe 50 more. And he's just like, that can't be right.
I've
given you $25 million.
Yeah, he's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealer and always pays in cash.
He has $15 million worth of cars.
Just when it seems like everything is closing in on Floyd, former world champion Timothy Bradley comes in with a completely different take. Instead of sounding the alarm, Bradley thinks this could all be part of a bigger plan. Speaking from the perspective of someone who knows the fight game inside out, he explains that advance payments can actually work in a fighter's favor when used the right way. In his view, changing the format of a fight doesn't necessarily mean things are falling apart. It could simply be a smart, calculated move.
Mayweather did that, but you can. You can put a non-refundable attachment on this and be like, all right, hey, I need an advancement for training. I need $3-4 million or whatever for training expenses. And if they agree to say yeah, and he put in a contract that is non-refundable, it's free money.
And honestly, that sounds exactly like Floyd. While everyone else sees disorder, Bradley suggests Floyd might already be 10 steps ahead, carefully managing the pressure, handling his obligations, and adjusting his game plan to match where he is in his career right now. But even Bradley can't ignore the reality of the situation. If a professional fight contract was signed, it holds real legal weight. You can't simply change the terms halfway through without facing serious consequences.
Free money. So we know, Mayweather was, it's been reported, I should say, allegedly, that, he's been, a little upside down on some of his taxes and some of his properties. And he needed to come back and fight and take care of that. Well, he got some cheese from that event.
So here's where things stand. There's a clear clash of two worlds. On one side, Floyd may be playing the role of a sharp strategist and savvy businessman. On the other, the system still expects him to deliver as a fighter and honor his commitments. That collision is exactly what makes this whole situation so unpredictable. Bradley even hints that some of the financial pressure may already be covered through advance funds, which shifts the story from one of desperation to one of deliberate, calculated movement. But the external heat isn't going away. The IRS, contractual obligations, and unhappy business partners are all still very much in the picture. The real question now isn't just what Floyd intends to do, it's whether he can bring all the moving pieces around him in line with whatever plan he has in mind. And knowing Floyd Mayweather, writing him off completely would be a mistake.
Oh, that money he received, I'm pretty out, man. Damn it, I don't know for sure, but damn it, I'm probably about. I know I'm 85, 90%. I'm telling you, because he wouldn't. I don't think he'll be doing this. You know, this is business. So he's just saying, I understand it was a real fight, but now I want to change it. I want to change it now. I got my advancement. Now.
Just when Bradley has things mapped out like a financial playbook, Shane Mosley walks in and completely changes the conversation. No contracts, no numbers, just raw fight knowledge. And it hits differently, because Mosley has actually been in the ring with both men. He doesn't come in loud or overconfident. If anything, he sounds measured, like someone who knows enough to choose his words carefully. He admits that Floyd isn't quite the fighter he once was physically. Maybe a little slower, maybe more hittable than before. That alone opens the door for Pacquiao in your mind. But then Mosley flips the script, pointing out that Manny may be dealing with his own issues when it comes to training and conditioning. Suddenly, the conversation shifts. It's no longer about who's the better fighter. It's about who has held up better over time. Mosley takes it back to their styles, reminding everyone exactly why this fight has always been nearly impossible to predict.
Not the same Floyd that he was back in the day. So, you know, maybe he's a little bit older and he's not moving as much. And you know that when you get a little bit older, sometimes you don't have the same foot movements, stuff like that, and you're able to get hit with certain shots. So maybe Manny has a chance to get in there and do some stuff. But Manny also has seemed like some complications with I don't know if he had some kind of a stroke or something in the sparring and stuff like that. I thought I seen. So, I mean, there's stuff going on with him too as well. So, you know, we will see.
Pacquiao brings relentless pressure, constant movement, and a punch output that never lets up. Floyd, on the other hand, is a problem solver in real time, reading, adjusting, and calculating every single moment as the fight develops. When Mosley describes Floyd as the tougher puzzle to solve but Pacquiao as the harder hitter, it paints a complete picture. One fighter breaks you down mentally, the other wears you down physically. Mosley then reflects on the moment he actually hurt Floyd, and you can feel the weight of a missed opportunity still sitting with him. Because with Floyd, openings don't come around twice. Now take all of that and apply it to today. Older bodies, slower reflexes, and much smaller margins for error. This is not the same fight we once imagined. The names are the same, but everything else has changed. The real question is no longer about who these men were at their peak. It's about how much they still have left to give.
The harder puncher was Manny Pacquiao, but the most difficult was Mayweather.
Okay.
As far as, you know, his IQ. You know, he had a better IQ, but Manny had a harder working, you know, repetition where he'll come at you. He's working hard, he's trying to get you. Whereas Mayweather is more technical and will sit there.
Just as Mosley wraps up his fighter's breakdown, Manny Pacquiao enters the conversation and the entire tone shifts. Calm, grounded, and completely in control. No hype, no theatrics, just quiet, steady confidence. He starts by talking about discipline, faith, and humility, almost like the conversation is heading somewhere reflective. Then he gets straight to the point. His message is clear and simple. The agreement was for a real professional fight, and the money has already been received. No drama, no back and forth, just the facts laid out plainly. And that's exactly what gives it so much weight. While everyone else is guessing and speculating, Pacquiao speaks as if the matter is already settled. In his mind, there is no version of this story where the fight quietly becomes an exhibition without some very serious questions being asked.
If you ask me, as a boxer, I don't need somebody to push me to work hard, work more, but I did. I always put that in my mind when I'm in training. I have to do extra mile to get that.
Pacquiao carries that same calm energy throughout. No excuses, no mixed signals, just total clarity. And that's precisely what makes his position so hard to argue against. He's not emotional about it. He's not rattled. At the same time, he describes brutal training sessions, preparing his body as if he's getting ready for an all-out war, not a casual showcase event. That contrast says everything. On one side, there are conversations, potential adjustments, and talk of possible changes. On the other, there's a fighter completely locked in and preparing for the real thing. And that's the moment everything changes. This is no longer just a conversation about contracts or money. It becomes about commitment. And Manny Pacquiao is making one thing crystal clear. He is already fully all in.
Purpose of exhibition that was long time ago, year after our first fight, but I didn't agree. And then I want a real fight. So he signed what I signed. He signed a real fight, and I signed a real fight. And he got his advance. So there's no reason to make excuses of that. So that's true.
When you take a step back and look at the full picture, this no longer feels like one simple story. It feels layered, complicated, and impossible to look away from. There's the financial pressure, the IRS situation, and the contract disputes, all quietly raising serious questions behind the scenes. Then Bradley steps in and reframes the whole thing, suggesting this could be deliberate strategy rather than a sign of things falling apart. Just as that idea starts to make sense, Mosley pulls everyone back to reality, reminding us that physical limitations are very real, no matter how sharp your business moves are. And then Pacquiao steps forward, calm, composed, and unshakable, simply stating the facts without feeling the need to justify a single word. At that point, the conversation stops being about opinions and theories. It becomes about one thing: who is actually standing behind what was agreed.
We all look forward to that fight. I mean, he signed a real fight, and he got his advance. So then now makes excuses, no.
Business versus responsibility. Strategy versus expectation. Legacy versus reality. Floyd may still be trying to control the narrative, tweaking terms and protecting his position the way he always has. But this time, the landscape is completely different. There are too many moving parts, too many people watching, and far too much at stake. This is not just another event on his calendar. Every decision he makes now carries real legal, financial, and public consequences. Floyd has built his entire career on staying one step ahead, but this moment feels unlike anything he's faced before. The pressure isn't just coming from across the ring, it's coming from every direction at once. So the real question is no longer simply whether this fight happens. It's about which version of Floyd Mayweather we're actually dealing with right now. Meanwhile, Pacquiao remains exactly as he's always been: steady, focused, and completely unbothered. And that contrast alone makes everything that much more intense.
I'm doing exhibitions, and I'm making 20, 25 million, 100 million for exhibitions. So why would I come back and fight and get a guaranteed 35 million when I'm doing exhibitions and get...
Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear what you think. If you found this valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss an update. See you in the next one.